Okay, welcome. Today I'm sharing the very best. Now I buy 50, 60 pieces a week, but today I'm sharing my top 10 antiques that I discovered at car boot sales this week. These are pieces other dealers walked right past, but the quality is absolutely mind-blowing. Now the question is, would you have walked past these too? So, stick around and join me as we explore my treasures. Please feel free to comment and let me know if there's anything there you really like or that you would have spotted. This hand-carved Balinese wooden statue shows Vishnu, the Hindu god of preservation. He's riding Garuda, the mythical eagle-like bird. It's made in Bali, Indonesia during or around the mid-20th century. It's carved from a solid piece of tropical hardwood using traditional tools and techniques passed down through generations. Figures like this are used in central Balinese Hindu culture, often used in temples and homes and symbols of protection. Now you can see it's got a few losses, a few bits of damage. It's lost a little bit of the jaw, it's lost the toes, it's lost an elbow there, but the carving is absolutely spectacular. This carving is around 20 inches tall, maybe a bit more. The carving is spectacular. These were master carvers. To carve something like this is quite breathtaking. Now, ways to identify the authentic pieces would be look for crisp, detailed carving, deep cuts showing the skill and time spent by the carver. Older pieces have a warm, aged patina, anything with wood, as it gets older, it looks a bit dirtier, but it has that warm glow to it. Solid hardwood feels dense. It's not light, it's got a good substance to it. Now, these are beautiful in modern homes. They're a real statement piece. They're a statement piece for a living room, hallway, you name it, doesn't matter. It adds a touch of drama, a touch of spiritual or cultural meaning. They're absolutely spectacular. It pairs beautifully with anything. Next piece, we have an absolutely beautiful Italian Murano glass Millefiori paperweight. Now, Murano's been around making glass for around 1,000 years. At one time, they were the best glass makers in the world, and their master glass blowing secrets were closely guarded, with serious consequences if you was to leak any secrets. Now, they produced some of the finest glass ever in the world, which still commands a high price. Anything that can be authentically attributed to Murano pulls a good money. Now, this, as I've said already, is a Millefiori paperweight. A Millefiori means 1,000 flowers, and it's made by slicing. You see these little canes here, they're little rods. It's made by slicing multiple rods and sticking them together to form the design. Now, how to identify genuine Murano is you're looking for the quality of the canes. You don't want blurry canes. You want nice, crisp, sharp edges. You want good, clean canes. Look to the base. You want a good ground-out pontal mark. There. That, believe it or not, is a whole big pontal mark where it was blown on the rod, snapped off, they grind it out, and Murano polish it smooth and clear so you can't even see it. One big tip is if that was all shady, grey and textured, then you're looking at a Chinese copy. The Chinese factories made a copy in the Murano all the time. In fact, I've got an article on the website, how to identify Chinese paperweights from Murano and Perthshire and other things like that. I'll put that in the description for you. But this is a spectacular weight. Now, you can see in the middle here, it has the word London, 1951. Now, this was done to celebrate British culture, British life, British craftsmanship after World War II. The Festival of Britain in 1951. Beautiful weight. There's only one other that I know of, and that was bought and sold by Eric Knowles. So, beautiful, beautiful weight. Now, I have got £175 on this weight, so it's a fair price. For this paperweight, it's not just beautiful, it's also a piece of history. It's advertising a very important part of British history, and let's be honest, it'd look amazing on a desk or in a collection. And it would also be a talking point, a conversation starter where somebody'd say, well, what was it for in London 1951? It's a beautiful thing. And just popping back to this one, just for people to know, this one was, bear with me, 20 inches tall, and I'm asking £195. People are asking as much as £800 to £900 for these. Perfect. Next, we have a World War II British Army Navy copper warming plate with the burners by CSL of London. So this copper warming plate was produced during World War II. CSL, Army and Navy Cooperative Society Limited in London. It was used by the British Army and the Navy, likely in an officer's mess or field kitchen to keep food warm during the service. The Army and Navy stores were famous suppliers of high-quality goods for military and household use from their London base in Victoria Street. Now you can see here we have the base, you have the burners, and you have the top plate. This is all made of solid copper. The top plate obviously is removable. The three burners, each with their own wicks and, to come up and down. It is stamped on the base with the maker's mark. Bear with me. There you go. Army and Navy CSL Makers, 105 Victoria Street, London. It is a beautiful thing. It's 24 inches long, 9.5 inches deep, 7 inches high, and over 5 kilos of copper. That's 5 kilos of solid copper by there. But look at the history. World War II, used, I would say, in an officer's mess in London or something like that, keeping officers' food warm. Beautiful bit of history. I love the plaque on the base. I love that. Just having that on the base adds something to it for me. Really nice thing. It's a unique statement piece for any vintage kitchen, pub, restaurant. You could still use it today, but just having it there on display. It adds authentic World War II character to a kitchen. You imagine that in a man cave, anything. It's history, it's decorative, it's a beautiful thing. It's real nice. Now I'm asking £175 for it. Similar examples I found online between 200 and 300. So I am right in the ballpark of where I should be. Next we have a ceramic cat, but it's not just any normal ceramic tabby cat. This is a beautiful piece by Winstanley Pottery. Winstanley Pottery started in 1970 in Suffolk, England, and became famous for their lifelike cats. Each piece is handmade, hand-painted, hand-decorated, giving them a unique personality and making each individual piece unique, because no two are ever going to be painted identically. The eyes are glass, making them a realistic, expressive look. They're always signed on the base. They come in different sizes. This one, as you can see here, is a size number 4. The sizes go from a 1 to an 8, 1 being the smallest, 8 being the largest, but typically you see 1 through to 6. It's very rare to see a 7 or 8. Beautiful cat. So what you're looking for the signature, you're looking for the glass eyes. They're never painted on, they're always glass eyes insert into the ceramic. Really nice thing. Look for a signature. I have had 1 or 2 that haven't been signed in the past, where the signatures come off, but you're looking for a signature, you're looking for glass eyes, you're looking for the number size. Beautiful cat. Now, you'd be surprised, they do have quite a weight to them. They're quite substantial, they have a nice glossy finish. They're perfect to add a bit of character to any room. Now, cats bring a warmth and playful touch to any home, so it's great for cottage style or traditional decor, but perfect for any cat lover due to the realistic finish. They really are that good. And they didn't just make cats. I've got meerkats. I've got loads of different things by Winstanley. So yeah, beautiful things. And this one I'm asking 55 on for a size number 4. So next we have a large set of vintage aluminium Longhorns, 33 inches wide. Now, these are decorative aluminium longhorns. They were very popular in the mid-century, sort of 1950s, maybe through to the 70s, often used in ranch-style homes, bars, diners, that sort of thing, made from solid cast aluminium with bold silver finish. Inspired by real steer horns, but often they add a modern industrial twist and an industrial look to it. They reflect mid-century American love of Western cowboy themes, mixed with materials like aluminium. If you love this look, be an animal lover and you don't want to hang a set of real horns on your wall, then it's perfect for you, innit? You get the Wild West country look with no animal parts included. No animals have been hurt in the making of these. They're perfect statement piece. You imagine these above a fireplace or in a man cave, above a bar. Absolutely wonderful. Real rustic, real Western vibe. In fact, put these with a nice leather chair, a nice little personal bar at the side of you. They would look amazing. And I'm asking 85 for these. And if you see the size on them, they're huge. Now, I haven't cleaned them. They've got their original patina on them. I brushed them off. They're dusty, I brushed them off, but I've left them original. If you want something that looks brand new and shiny, go to a shop and buy it. These are antique, or they certainly head in that way. They're vintage, and they got good age, good patina, and a wonderful look to them. Okay, so next we have an early John Hughes Grogg ceramic dog. Now, John Hughes started making grogs in his garden shed in 1960s in Pontypridd, Wales, and became famous for his quirky handmade sculptures. He does sculptures of famous people, rugby professions, Pavarotti, anybody famous, they do them. They do animals, they do Welsh icons, they do sheep with little sayings taking the mick out of the English. It's absolutely fabulous. Now, you can see this one here is signed John Hughes Wales. This is an early one. The earlier ones bear the signature of John Hughes. Later on, you'll just have Grogg Shop or John Hughes Grogs, things like that. And in fact, the modern ones now are made of a type of resin. The earlier ones are made of a really quite a substantial pottery. So, early pieces like this dog are rarer. They offer more details, showing Hughes's playful and expressive style. Each grog is made from a stoneware ceramic and hand-signed, connecting them to the rich tradition of Welsh studio pottery. Now, grogs are seriously sought after all over the world. Even the grog shop buy back some of their pieces for their museum. I've got so many different grogs. I've had grog figures of coal miners. I've got grog children in need, teddy bear. I've got grog sheep. I love grog. Grog is literally 6 miles down the road from me down here, and it is something I feel a connection with. So the asking price for this is £75. And he is 5 inches long, 4.5 inches tall, in perfect condition. But this is an early one. These ones you're never going to find again. Once they're gone, they're gone. That's what makes them so sought after now. So next we have a pair of antique Japanese lacquer vases, gilded landscape motif. Meiji in style, okay. This pair of Japanese lacquer vases dates to the early to mid 20th century, inspired by the Meiji period, which was 1868 through to 1912, when Japan's craftsmanship and decorative arts became highly sought after worldwide. They're made from wood with a rich, dark, almost brown red lacquer finish. They showcase finely hand-painted gilded landscapes, scenes with pagoda trees, mountains, classical motifs, and Japanese art. Now, what's good about these, obviously they're very decorative, they're in very good condition. You can see the wear, they've got just enough wear to help with the authentication, but not too much that is classed as damage. They're beautiful, but there's a pair. A pair of anything is always far more desirable than a single. They're worth more money, they can be displayed. You can have one either side of a mantelpiece, you can have them anywhere. But two is always worth more than one for collectors and monetary side. Now I'm asking £75, which is extremely fair for the size and their age. Okay, so we have another superstar. We have a Moorcroft Pottery tube-lined floral lamp. It's in the Art Nouveau style. So let's zoom in by here. So Moorcroft Pottery was founded in 1897 by William Moorcroft in Staffordshire of England and became famous for his tube line technique. Now, what that is, tube lining, they pipe a slip clay design and then outer line, and then they would infill with the other colours. Now, Moorcroft sadly ceased trading in April 2025 after over a century of creating world-famous ceramics, making their pieces even more collectible today. Now, the tube lining is raised slip decoration, which makes each piece unique. No two items are exactly the same. There's going to be slight variations on them all, but it also is what makes them so beautiful. So this lamp dates to the second half of the 20th century and shows the Art Nouveau style that was popular in the early 20th century with flowing floral designs inspired by nature. There you can see the Moorcroft stamp. Now, if you're dealing with lamps, sometimes you will have to take them apart to find this, because sometimes they come with a base or with green velvet on them. So what you're looking for when you're looking to identify them, you're looking for that tube line. You can see it there. You can see it raised up there. It's absolutely perfect shot of it. It's actually not smooth with the body. You can feel the lump. You can feel the reservoir walls, if you like, in the tube lining. So the colours, the bright colours, the quality, the control of the colours, the control of the design and pattern. There's no bleeding. All of these add to an authentic piece. Now, you do have copies. Old Tupton Way does tube lining, copy and Moorcroft style. They're still collectible on their own. But if you're buying lamps, sometimes you'll have to dismantle them to find the signature. So if you see them out and about and they've got beautiful quality colours, beautiful tube lining, then it's worth a chance. Now, I've already said Moorcroft is no longer trading, meaning all their items are going to go up in value, everything. But they're a perfect piece of statement and quality to display in your home. Everybody knows Moorcroft. It is a worldwide known and sought after product that just adds a bit of quality, charm, and a pop of colour to your room. Now, the asking price for this one is only £85 because it's only a small lamp. It's about 9 inches total. 9 inches. So it's only £85. I have larger lamps up to about 15, 20 inches and they're £200 or £300. So the size is important, but £85 for a perfect Moorcroft pottery lamp is absolutely fine. So we have an antique brass rifle telescope by Keyzor and Bendon of London. Now, it's down as a restoration project. It's down as a restoration project for a couple of reasons. The leather grip around it is coming loose. There's lost a screw on the name plaque, and the lenses are either slightly out of a line or dirty, because you can see through them, but not very well. But it is an antique rifle telescope. And this was a really respected firm producing optical instruments in the 19th century. They supplied precision telescopes to both civilian and military markets, known for solid construction, quality optics. This piece reflects the classic three-draw field telescope design, common for hunters, marksmen, and officers of the time. It's all lacquered brass. It's a beautiful thing. Closed, it was 11 inches. Open, it was 24 inches. So it's 2 foot long when it's open. Now, if you've got the leather on there, it's always a bonus. This one needs the leather re-sticking on tidy. And as I say, lost that screw, but they're out of the cap. But other than that, it's complete. It's all there. There's no cracks to the lenses. So it just needs servicing. So it's a really nice telescope in need of a service. I'm only asking £55. If I could see through the optics perfectly, I'd probably be double that. I will say a telescope in an office always adds a bit of class and just they look amazing. Who's going to use it today? You don't sit in your living room looking through binoculars and telescopes on a normal people anyway. But they look amazing on display. So you wouldn't even have to restore the optics if you didn't want to. You could just leave it unserviced, exactly as it is, full of character, full of charm, and it just look amazing in an office. Next, we have a bit of Denby. Now, this is a quite a rare little piece, decorated by Glyn Colledge. So we have a Denby stoneware vase, hand decorated by Glyn Colledge, who was a massive key designer at Denby Pottery from the 1940s to the 1970s. Glyn Colledge was known for his stylized, earthy motifs and helped shape Denby's mid-century look. The vase has an organic leaf design in green-brown and reflects post-war British studio pottery trends. Now you can see there it's signed on the base, Glyn Colledge. Always look for his signature. Now you can always attribute a piece if it has his design to him, but anything with his signature is always highly collectible and sought after. But the colours should be warm, natural and layered, not flat, overlay and bright. The glaze should have a slightly textured, almost orange peel, tactile finish to it, and Denby's hallmark of Denby's studio production. Now this is a vase with a handle. It's not a jug. It's not a tankard. This is a handled vase. It's a really nice thing. It's good size as well. Size was 8.5 inches. So it's a good size. It's in good condition. Now I'm asking £75 for it. But if you love mid-century, you're not going to go far wrong with a bit of Glyn Colledge by Denby. Or if you're a studio pottery collector, Glyn Colledge pieces, highly desirable. They look amazing in a room. They look amazing on a shelf. If you've got a room full of studio pottery, that will fit right in. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now that was 10 car boot sale treasures, or finds if you like, that blew me away, because I'll be honest with you, I loved them all. My name is Walter O'Neill, for those of you who don't know me anyway, and I'm the founder of AntiquesArena.com. I got between 6,500 and 7,000 pieces currently on the website, multiple hundreds of articles. I've got over 1,000 videos on YouTube, all sharing my love and passion for antiques, sharing tips and secrets. So if you're not a subscriber, please consider to subscribe. Now, if you love antiques, honestly, just explore the channel. I have so many different films covering everything. Everything on antiques, anything on collectibles. On my website, just go over and have a browse. Just see the type of things I buy. I buy some of the best stuff you could possibly hope to find. Not being funny, in today's video alone, I've shared a wonderful World War II hot plate. Now, it might not sound the most exciting thing to most people, but I picture that hot plate in an officer's mess, with important meetings going on, things like that, in use during a very important time during British military, British World War time. It's just full of history. It's a nice thing. Then you got that beautiful Balinese figure. Now, I'm going to give you an example of just how big it is. I don't know if it does justice in the video, but look at that. It is absolutely massive. It's spectacular. Now, I list between 50 and 100 items a week. You only get to see probably my favourite 10. But I got pieces, wonderful pieces that you really will enjoy seeing. So just have a browse on the website, and if nothing else, it shows you what's available at car boot sales. And to be honest with you, the stuff that isn't available at the car boot sale is, well, the stuff that is on car boot sales is just unbelievable. So, if you got anything out of the video, I would ask that you subscribe and please share the videos. My videos are designed to help. If I can help in any way, I will. And I just want to share my love of antiques. So if you know someone who likes antiques and you think they might like my channel, please recommend them, share my channel to them. It'd mean the world to me. Other than that, I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.